Hi everyone, it's Miss Kate again.
Hi, Miss Hazel over here.
Hi, today we're going to learn about a new artist to us. And so hopefully she's a new artist to you too. A Brazilian woman, her name, because I'm a little afraid that I'm going to say it incorrectly, but her name is Beatriz Milhazes, we think. So sorry, Beatriz, if I pronounce her name incorrectly. She has beautiful paintings, really bright, bold colors. She is a collage artist, which means that she paints and then she cuts paper and whatnot, and she glues that into her paintings, which is what we've done here. So this is sort of what we're looking at. Of course, yours is going to look very different, but I'm going to show you what we have. So the first thing we started with was a plain piece of white paper. And then using a sponge brush, which will cover your page pretty quickly. This is what I'm using, but I'm using red, orange, and yellow to paint my painting. And I'm using a sponge brush. Now, I also I have very little patience. So I am using one brush to do my entire painting, but I'm starting with the yellow. So with the yellow, I'm going to paint one section of my page here by doing this, and you can see it goes on pretty quickly. If you paint like I do, you may want to put something underneath your workstation so you're not getting paint all over the table like I am right now.
You could put newspaper, right, Miss?
Newspaper is really great. If you have a brother like I do who reads a lot of newspapers, maybe, or an uncle, maybe someone will let you have some old newspaper to cover up a workstation. Newspaper comes in really handy for a lot of things. So you see how I did that? I just painted that, and then using the same brush without even cleaning it, because I got most of the paint off, I'm going to stick it in my orange, and then I can go next to it.
Your lightest color, Miss Kate?
I did. And that is so that you don't have to worry about mixing too much. And besides, as we all know, how do you make orange, Miss Hazel? Actually, I'm testing Miss Hazel, see if she knows.
Colors together, right?
Yes.
Yellow. You had yellow.
Yes.
Is it red, Miss
It
Kate?
is red. So you mix those two together, and then you end up with a sparkle in yours. And then you end up with orange, so that's why I went in that direction. And then the rest of it, my plan is to paint the rest of it red. So I'm stopping here. I'm going to let that dry, but you could keep painting if you were doing it. Now the next part is super fun also, because she uses, in her paintings, if you look online, she uses a lot of circles and movement in her paintings. So that's what we did here. She has some lines too, but we're taking a piece of this bright yellow Astrobrite paper, and I'm using an old lid to make my circle. I put this down and I'm tracing around it like this, and then I can see what my circle is going to look like, and I can take my scissors. Now what I did when I did that one was I cut all my pieces out, and then I laid them on my paper to see how I thought they should go together. And it took me some time. I had to really think about what is it that I want it to look like. So I kept moving things around, but now I'm going to add to it. So I'm going to take this piece of yellow paper that's now a circle. When I cut, I also wanted to make sure that when I'm going to glue it down, I want to make sure I'm not showing my pen lines because I don't like that. So I'm gluing on the side that I drew on, using my glue stick.
That's a good trick, Miss Kate.
It is. So then you could draw and think you don't have to worry about, are my lines showing? Because it won't matter. They're underneath the part. Now so I've got the glue on, and then I'll just press it right into my painting like this, and I'll let that dry. And then you can end up with a beautiful piece. Be sure to look her up. She is so interesting. I'll show you her name again. So if you look her up and see all of her amazing paintings, you'll be very inspired, impressed, all those M words. I also added a little bit of black for contrast. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you soon. Remember, if you like our videos, follow us on Instagram at Alameda Arts Fun or on our YouTube channel.
Thanks for joining us. Bye, friends.